find their way back to the main. That's what I want to give her the trick. Okay. What is the trick? Okay. We're not talking. When the man says he's a businessman, goes and then comes. When she should pretend. She should pretend as if she has heard everything. That in fact, she should even go and kneel down before him. Oh no, worry me. Ma binu see me. I know I've done you wrong. Beg. After begging, in fact, even if give the man everything, you know what I'm talking about, everything. Let me finish.
Is as old as
but that is why our mothers of those days, that is why they are able to weather the storm. Find their way back into the maze. Let me finish. Find their way back into the house.
How?
By the time she when you stroke their ego, they become like
not a man that's banished you.
That's because he wanted her to actually react the way you people are saying. And you go extra miles to not come back.
There's still something that you are missing.
Yes.
And what is that?
Does this man love her? Does she love this man? Are you saying because somebody has put a ring on somebody's finger, the person now becomes a slave? The person can no longer
let her go.
Welcome to today's episode of Insight with Agatha, where you get to share a problem with Auntie Agatha. My name, as usual, remains Agatha, and my co-host is
Moji Alaiya.
We are going on a short break. When we come back, we will tell you who our guest is and what the problem we will be sharing here today. Welcome back from that short break. It's still Insight with Agatha. Moji, what problem are we sharing today, and who is our special guest?
Talking about our special guest, we are talking about Nollywood's finest, Olori Gongon.
Should we roll out the drums?
Don't worry, standing ovation. But let me talk about the problem that we have at hand, the issue at hand. A young lady wrote to us. She was married off at, she was about 19 years when she married her husband, and then the guy is about 37 years old. So when they got married, she promised her parents that he was going to allow her to go to school, because she got married right after she finished secondary school. And true to his words, actually, he allowed her to enter university. She finished her degree and everything. She did her NYC. But after the NYC, he said, she cannot work. So she tried, but when the guy said no, eventually she decided that, okay, if I can't go to work, then maybe I can start a business. So she went out of the way when he's not around to learn how to learn a salon, how to make hair and everything like that. So then she got a shop close to the house so that he will not complain. Then he still was not happy. On and on like that. He quarreled with her concerning that and everything. When he got married to her, he placed her parents on monthly allowance. He started taking care of her siblings and all that. So she had to call her parents, and to tell them that, see what is happening. When she told her parents, of course, normal now, for a mother, they had to call the husband that, please, we would like to see you concerning something. He didn't bother. He didn't even answer them at first. Eventually, I think he honored their invitation. And when they told him that he should please allow her to maybe run a business, he became very angry. He stopped the monthly allowance he was giving to them. He started, acting funny in the house. Eventually, he's like the breadwinner of the house, although of the family, although he has an elder brother, but he's actually the person with the with the dough in the family, so they take care of them. His elder brother had an accident and had a spinal cord injury. He took care of the bills in the hospital. When it was time to discharge, when they discharged the brother, he brought the brother home to their matrimonial home and asked her to take care of the brother. She now felt that this is, and she has a business. She was even trying, but it was like, for this reason, you have to close your shop and you stay at home to take care of my brother. And she was thinking that, hey, that means she has become a nanny. They've been married for like, how many years? I think 5 years or 4 years or so. No issue. Reason because he's never at home, according to her. He's one of those people that work, they work maybe like 2 weeks on, 3 weeks or 2 weeks off. So he's hardly ever at home, and even when he's at home, sure, no, they happen like that. Okay. You get? So she now said, okay, with this one now, you now brought a grown-up man for me to start taking care of. She now decided that she won't do that. She'll be taking care of. She will take care of him, but she will also continue to run her business. He went to his own family and narrated the story. His family came in and they were insulting her that, hey, so you don't want to take care of our brother. You don't do this, you don't do that. When the thing got to a point that she could not handle it because of the fact that he even told her, ordered that out of the main building, told her to go to the boys' quarters to stay. You can imagine the madam of the house having to stay in the boys' quarters. Started materials because she decided that she was not going to stop her business. So on and on like that. When we got to a point, she became frustrated and she decided that she was going to leave. But she thought of it on the other side that how can she leave? So she told her mother about that she wants to leave. But normal, they told her that she should stay. Bear it and all that. I'm just paraphrasing because she said a lot of things in her letter, but now she has come to us with this issue. What do we have to tell her? She says she's already frustrated. She's no longer in the main building. She's in the boys' quarters. So what do we tell her? Should she continue to hold on? So that's the issue.
Well, that's a very tough one. Our guest?
Our guest for today is Gegen. We have with us today Nollywood's finest. The beautiful, gorgeous Mrs. Temitope Duker. She's a TV host, a filmmaker, and of course, the beautiful, lovely wife of Fidelis Duker. You're welcome to the program.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here.
Thank you for honoring our invitation. You've heard the issue on ground. What do you have to say?
Okay. It's good to be on the show. And I must say that you guys are doing a great work.
Thank you.
So I listened to the entire situation. But the first thing I would like to say is, in everything she read, I did not hear anything that had to do with love in the first place. So there are so many issues within this particular case.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one is early marriage. Personally, I am not against early marriage. But in this case, the issue is that there was no form of relationship between the couple. So it appeared to me like the girl was forced into marriage. Or she was sold into marriage.
She was sold. I like that word.
Okay, so then another issue is that the issue of not having children. There are so many things that, I don't know, the story is a bit incomplete for me. Because at some point I heard that the man would come home, spend some time, and in some cases, he would touch her, in some cases, he would not. I don't think that a woman needs many touches to get pregnant.
Okay.
So obviously there's a medical issue. So it's not even about whether that copulation. If a man copulates with a woman, it's either because he loves the woman or because he wants to have children. So in this case, excuse me, in this case, I don't see any of these two. Then, thirdly, bringing in the younger brother or senior brother to the house to stay with them and for her to care for the brother. It's not really a big deal. It's not really a big deal because if you look at it this way, considering our society, this is Africa. We are communal in nature.
Yeah.
So I want to believe that the lady can care for the
Man, for the
lady can care for the brother-in-law, but maybe with some assistance. Maybe with some assistance. And she also mentioned the issue of the man not wanting her to work. Good a thing, she has some form of education. She has tertiary education.
Yeah.
But the issue here now is that he doesn't want her to work. Did they at any point in time sit down to discuss going forward in the marriage? You see, because it's not even about the lady getting married early. Like I always tell a lot of young people, whether it's early marriage or it's at the ripe age where you feel you should get married, some basic discussions need to take place, need to happen. One of such discussion is, if I marry you, what is our plan in the next 5, 10, 15 years? When do we want to start having children? How many children do we want to have? Okay, I studied XYZ, or I have no education. These are my desires. These are my aspirations. These are the things I want to do. You need to share with your partner certain things. So even if it was a forced marriage, there should have been some terms. Okay, at the point of marriage, the issue of you would send our daughter to school. Did the girl have any opportunity at any point in time to express how she wanted to live her life?
Yeah, what she wanted.
Okay, going to school to study what? After acquiring the certificate,
what am I going
what
to
is
do
she going to do with the certificate? Is she going to be a full-time housewife? Is she some of these conversations must happen.
Obviously, they didn't happen.
Obviously, they didn't happen. Hence, the quagmire. Okay, so now she's asking for advice. Like what she said, the lady has already invested like 5 years of her life
in the union.
No issue, family issues, no love, no comfort, no family support, no family support. Well, I don't want to use the word degradation. She's feeling less a human being already as it is. So now she's asking, what should she do? You see, oftentimes it's always good for us it's easier for us to give advice. But you see, there's something I always tell everybody. When you find yourself in a situation, the first person to advise you is yourself. It's yourself. She needs to first look inward. She's 5 years already in the marriage. Good at things, she's educated. So we cannot say she's ignorant. At least because by virtue of going to school, she's exposed. Sure. She met people in school, so she's exposed. So the issue now is, what does she want to do? We would advise, but what does she want to do? She probably would have looked at the situation. If she wants to get out of the marriage, why does she want to get out of the marriage? If she wants to remain in the marriage, what are the benefits? What are the merits and the demerits? So I think that should be the issue at the front burner right now.
Yeah. Unfortunately, she's not here, but we want to second guess. In most cases, a lot of people have made up their mind what they want, only looking for people to validate that position. She has gone to school, like you rightly said. She's no longer the naive little girl that man married. Going to school, she has met people. She now knows what she needs.
I don't open, as in the talk.
So, the things she could tolerate at the initial stage, she can no longer tolerate them. That is one. 2, the issue of her parents. The parents, they sold her in exchange for comfort. So no support, full support will come from that place. And there is the issue of inability to conceive.
I don't know if it's okay to cut you at this point.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a woman that has already gone to school. She's 5 years. She's 5 years already in this marriage. So I don't think the issue of family support, of her being the support that the family gets, because somewhere along that same story,
No, I'm saying that the man, the family depends on the man.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Because going by the story,
Yes.
at some point the man stopped giving them allowances.
Yes.
Because at this point she has started a business. So which
Not because she started a business, because she narrated her ordeal to them, and they invite, not that they just invited him that, oh, our daughter said this, we want to hear your own side of the story, and he was actually angry about that, like, how dare you.
And then they cut supply.
Yeah, they cut their supply like NEPA.
Okay, so the thing is, it's very obvious that they would not get that support.
Yeah.
So
not because they don't want to, but because they don't have
I understand clearly what you're saying, but they are not getting that support anymore.
Yes.
So that shouldn't be our own issue now. So what I'm trying to say is, she's no longer doing it for the parents. Because they're not getting supply.
Good.
So now the issues here are, is she still there because she wants to conceive?
So what do we tell her?
Okay.
How do we move forward? Because
I'm trying to understand every situation
that
all
she's
the way.
yes.
Do you understand? But you see, for me, one thing I always tell people, and I don't know if it's okay to speak vernacular.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
Let's quickly go on a short break.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go on a short break. After the short break, we'll continue from where we stopped.
Okay, so I don't know if it's okay to speak
It's okay.
vernacular.
It's okay.
So I would like to say this, I think it's a Yoruba proverb. I want to believe so.
Yes.
And I am married. And I recall that at the point of marriage, my father called me and he sat me down. And he told me, he said, Tokwe, you're getting married, but there's something I want to tell you. So I'll say it in English. So what that means is, you know, when you have two rams locking their horns together, it will get to a point whereby one would now be like, this guy is overpowering me. So rather than continuing the fight to death, one of them will take a retreat.
Yes.
Will take a retreat and just
Yes,
away. So you see, in this situation, one of the things I would tell the lady is, I would advise that there are two options actually, but the fastest one will be to exit that relationship.
Okay.
Get a divorce, pick up a life, and start afresh. First and foremost, going by this story, they have about 17 years apart.
Yeah.
17 years apart. I don't have a problem with somebody getting married to an older man. But it's often believed that when you marry an older man, because the man is more matured, you tend to enjoy that marriage. The man will care for you more. He sees you more like a precious jewel, someone to show off. You know, can even make you a trophy wife.
Yes.
So,
like somebody will say, showcase wife.
Yeah. So like a trophy wife. So listening to this story, I was expecting a trophy wife. You know, we have the likes of people like that. When you look at the likes of these friends we mentioned it. Maybe like the Okoyas,
yes,
like the Shades. When you look at the age
difference.
So there's something given in that kind of relationship, you know. So, but in this case, the age difference
just doesn't matter. It's not even helping.
It's not helping. Yeah. And then secondly, I don't know, but I want to believe that there are two options. Either they are not compatible. Maybe that's why they don't have children yet. or maybe one of them has a
Medical
medical issue,
Yeah.
or maybe one is deliberately not wanting to have children.
Is that possible?
It's possible. Anything is possible. So it's either one person is deliberately not wanting to have children. And unfortunately, we didn't get the background of the story. We are not even sure that the man was married before.
No, he wasn't actually. She didn't say.
She didn't mention.
She didn't mention.
Maybe she also does not know.
Mm.
Because from this story, this man travels and he only comes. And when he comes, he's either into her or not into her. So there are so many background stories that we don't know. So for me, I would say, one, she needs to pick up her life first. She's still very young. And good a thing she doesn't have children yet. So I think it's time for her to take a back seat. Maybe they might want to say counselor, but going by this story, it's not a problem that they share. It's not a shared problem. She is the one that has a problem.
The man does not have a problem.
But I have a question. Don't you think she can just hope for the best? Maybe stay on, pray in faith. There's nothing that God cannot do. There's nothing impossible for God to do. She can continue to stay, pray, and the man might be changed. No human being that cannot change. There's nobody that cannot change.
Okay.
Because she's okay, she believes that, like they always say, you get out of this one, you know you're going to get outside then if the man say don't work, why can't she just stay? Please the man, stay and help him, take care of that brother, and then do what he actually, because from what she said, everything was okay when she was actually doing that. So I'm just thinking.
Excuse me, before you come in, the man, the issue of the brother, the man brought in the brother without consulting her.
Yeah.
So it's
but most men do that now.
But it's even not consulting her. I don't think it's an issue.
What's
not a major issue.
It should not be a major issue. If the man,
because
for me it is.
No, for me, what I'm saying, it shouldn't be. It's not an issue. It's because let us always have something at the back of our mind. This relationship was not built on love.
Yes, so it was cute from the very beginning. Yeah, it was cute from the beginning. Yeah.
So I think that generated this anger in her. That how can you do this to me? Am I just a nanny? Courtesy demands that the man should have at least informed her, discussed with her. It's something, doesn't sit.
When you look at the whole thing now, you're talking about a normal relationship. This is a girl, a teenager.
Abnormal relationship that we are trying to pan a bit.
The issues here, like at the beginning, there was something I said. There are several issues
involved.
Yeah.
Okay, so like she said maybe she should just stay in the relationship
and
pray to God, and hope for the best. I'm this kind of person that I don't believe in praying, because you see, the point of prayer was before she got into that marriage. She did not pray before she got into that marriage. The father and the mother did not pray before they tried into that marriage. So I don't understand why you want to make it a God problem. There are over 7 billion people on earth. And I'm sure that there are major problems, and this one is. Do you see? Like I always say, there are too many problems, and all of us are calling on God. And I'm sure that this is not a problem that I think God should deal with, because it's something that you caused. And I always tell people, you see, especially in Africa, any little thing we keep saying God, you go to church, you keep praying, you keep fasting, you keep killing yourself. But these are things that are man-made.
Practical.
They are man-made. They are things that you caused. Because in the first place, they told us they were marrying off to this man. She went there, first year.
Second
she
year.
didn't complain. She also benefited from this.
Yes, now.
Because she went to school.
The
parents were not ready to sell. So it was transactional. They carried out a transaction. Are you buying? I am selling.
So she should continue.
But
she should continue to
do the business. Yeah.
And good a thing, from what you read, she was 19.
Yes.
So she's not a teenager. She's not an underage.
Underage.
She could have told her parents, I know they marry. I know they marry Moji. But she still went ahead into that marriage. Maybe she was also looking at the fact that there's plenty money,
soft life.
You know, over time they will love me.
Soft life.
Soft life. So, but you see, in all of this, the key element here is she has become a full-grown adult. And she thinks that she needs to start having children. And children are not forthcoming because of their situation. And they've not gone for any medical check. And the man is not complaining.
Now she lives in the boys' quarter.
Okay.
Where the man is not even coming to see her, according to the story you read.
Because he's actually angry with her for refusing to take care of the sick brother, and also for reporting him to her parents.
So how do we get
that she's actually paying? That he's actually paying.
I'm going to ask a question. If she's already in the boys' quarters, it's as good as she's no longer in the marriage.
So what do we tell her to do?
It's very simple. You see, some truths are very direct. In this case, I think it is best for her to sit down, decide for herself. Why am I in this marriage? What am I benefiting from this marriage? What's going forward for me in this marriage? Is it worth my time? Do I want to remain in the boys' quarters? Do I have a future as a wife? Do I want to do business? Do I want to work for somebody? What happens to me? Even if I have children, what would happen to me and my children? What kind of father would they have? What kind of life would I have? So when she asks all these questions, she asks herself all these questions, she will get an answer.
Be honest. Let her be honest with herself.
Yes.
She will get an answer.
And stop throwing the question to us. She knows honesty. These are the things I should do, because she's the one wearing the shoes. Yes. If she's honest, she will know what to do.
But if she's my daughter,
I'll bring her out.
I will go there. Physically. I will carry her like this. Where she wants to go, she doesn't want to go.
Nigigo, she must go.
Drag her.
Nigigo, you must go.
And I will send a thank you letter.
Thank you for training her for me.
Thank you for contributing 5 years of good, bad, ugly, beautiful into her life.
You know what you want from life. At this stage of your life, you are no longer a child. You have been married for 5 years. And in that 5 years, you have grown. You are now a woman, not the naive girl the parents dashed away. So, the ball is in your court. We have said as you have a choice to beg, to go away, or to negotiate with your husband.
Yes, sir.
You can do all three. Thank you very, very much for making the time to be our guest. We're grateful. Thank you for your wonderful contribution. Thank you for being you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Moji, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I've concluded. Please stay, mystery lady. Stay, and then you are a woman. Use your God-given, wisdom that God has given all women to know how to, deal with this situation. That is my own.
We have come to the end of another exciting edition of Insight with Agatha. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Besides that, we want you to be involved. Send your comments to our all media handles. We want to hear from you, not just for this topic, but for all the other topics we have treated on Insight with Agatha. Thank you.